Hi guys, so I hope you're doing well today. As promised, Freeform Friday, a day late, but that's okay. So I keep sitting here thinking, what do I want to do? I'm like racking my brain, and I thought, well, isn't that the point? I get on here and I kind of just go with it, pretty much like I do any of my videos, but especially for this one. So I'm just going to stop overthinking it, which is not typical for me. Overthinking it is not typical is what I'm trying to say. So I don't know why I was really thinking about this one, but you saw the picture in the intro. I really have no idea what I'm going to go for or what I'm doing here, but I do know there's certain things I want to use. So I will have links for those items in the description box, which means I will make a small commission if you use those links to make purchases. Right now, Elizabeth Craft Designs has an extra 20% off the whole site code. I'll have it in the description box along with the links there, and you can check that out. It depends on when you're watching this too, so make sure to have seen their Stamp and Scrapbook Expo little, what's the word? Like demo if you want to check that out, because Stamp and Scrapbook Expo is virtual for the foreseeable future. I think they have some scheduled, but who knows? And they are pretty much online. So today, Saturday, I guess depends when you're watching this, they are having a Stamp and Scrapbook Expo all day, so you can check that out. But the things I'll be using are linked in the description box there. And so what I know that I want to use is like basically this set, because I remember I told you guys I really want to use this kind of foliage stuff that's in here. So this is the Sideick Essentials 7. And a couple other things. I mean, maybe some of my girl stamps. I like little girls. I don't know about this one, but I have different earthy girls and all these different girl stamps. I have like fun stamps that you can junk out your stuff with. And basically I'm going to make like a card, maybe a journal insert. It depends on how you want to use it. Use it however you like. I do want to see how wide this is though. So it was kind of a question I was having in my own mind. Let's see. This is about 3 3/4 inches wide. And 6 3/4 long. So, I think you can definitely, well, let me see. I was trying to think about the envelope for this, if I was going to make it into a card, if I have to make my own envelope, or if it would fit in a different envelope that's already ready to go. And of course, I don't know where my envelopes are. I had them next to me a little while ago. We'll talk about that again later. We'll address it later. But just so you know, that's basically the size of the finished product. And then I know I want to use these file folders. So I had picked these up at Dollar Tree on purpose because they're $1, and I didn't realize they're so big. I just was like, oh yeah, file folders. Those are fun to make things out of, you know? And these are legal size, so they're super long, super tall. We don't need any of that for one of them. We're just going to cut into it. But I do have that, so I'm just going to bring one out. Again, these are from the Dollar Tree. And what I'm going to do, you can do by hand. You don't have to, have the dies. I think this is going to be cute, though, because I'm going to make it into a card that has a pocket on the top, and we're going to put ribbons through these holes and double it over so it's like a pocket. But, do whatever you like. And then I'm just going to go for, I don't know, watercolors, stamping, obviously, papers, whatever. We're just going to glue some stuff down and have some fun. Okay, so I'm going to trim this down first just so I can get it through one of my machines. Basically we're going to fold this over on this, so I just need to know about how high I need this paper. So let me cut this down, let me put some things aside, and we will get started. So it's not really decided in my mind where I want the pocket. Look at the ideas on here, so cute. Again, these are designed to go in their sidekick journals and stuff like that, and I showed you in the haul yesterday. I pretty much am trying to collect them all because that's what happens. I've been picking up some at a time because a lot of times some are sold out, some are, however. And then obviously budgetary. So when I do find them and they were on sale, I grab them all. So what I want to do is put this on a fold. Now you can put this side on the fold, and then your little folder would open this way. I'm gonna put this on the fold because I want to put ribbon through here, and you can still put ribbon through here even if it was on the fold, but then what's the point of having the fold, right? So I'd rather put it on the other side. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to cut this so that that piece stays whole. So I just want us to make sure I'm right on the edge. So basically that whole cutting line is not going to cut. We want that way off. Not way off, but just off, right? So I can even touch it when you butt it up, that you can feel that, okay, not there, And move down a little bit. And this is going to be our base for our little junky, kind of artsy, fun, whatever, journal type thing. I just want to make sure I'm not going to cut that edge at all. That looks pretty good. Okay, So I was gonna check to see. This is thin enough to go through your marquee. Obviously, you're gonna trim this piece off. So if you're interested in the smaller junk art journal or planner, this is the planner one, not the junk journal. You can definitely do that, but you're gonna have to run it through and then turn it around, and then this extra piece that's not gone through, turn it around like this, and then run it through again, right? So then that piece finishes cutting in that way. Let me look at the Impress Mini because I get these kind of questions. Impress Mini will cut the whole thing in one pass. As you can see, you just have to trim down your paper. And then, of course, the Impress and your Gemini Junior and your Gemini and larger machines like that will do it. No problem. I'm trying to see if I can go wide. Okay, I'm going to go this way. So I'm just going to run this through. You know, I've been having some struggles with my Impress recently as far as cutting completely or doing what it's supposed to do, but it might be. Maybe the plates are warped enough that it's not doing its job. They're not really warped, though. I mean, check that out. I've been using this thing since it came out. Actually, that's not true. I bought it when it came out, and I let it sit in the box for a long time. So, I guess. So I'm going to cut that out. I think we're going to junk up the paper, and then I'll go from there. I really don't know what I'm going to be doing today, so we'll just have some fun. Aww. And I was curious to see if their stamps or their dies would cut through two pieces. I mean, manila is a little bit thicker. It's not the thickest material in the world, but it is thicker than your regular papers. Really nice steel dies. I've never really had bad luck with dies. I remember one time I bought a die that was like a spider web, and this was like, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago. And it would not cut, and it kind of upset me because I didn't realize till a long time later. And I don't even remember the brand. I just remember that it was a spider web, so it was super intricate. And I was like, how is that not? And it was not my machine, so I tried, and you know, it was the die. So it's kind of a bummer. But there we have our little base. Super cute. We're going to put ribbons over here. We're going to close this up, and then you have a little pocket to put things in, or however you want to use it, or just for decoration. It doesn't have to have anything. So, okay, this is the moment of truth. I do not know what I want to do with this at all. So I suppose it's kind of like a blank page in a journal where you're like, you want to break the page. I'm going to bring out this cute little set I had picked up a while back. And I think what I'm going to do with this is add some, okay, so inks, whatever it is that you want to do, obviously, again, freeform, do whatever you like. Trying to look for a water brush that's bigger, that has water in it. Of course, I don't have one ready. That one only has a very little bit of water. This one's big enough. I'd rather use one of these guys that has like the bigger brush. Oopsie. But this one is just a bigger pointed. And let me see what I have here. I'm going to dip into some brown. Of course we want to start with brown, right? And I'm just literally going to put some of this on the edges. Trying to get a lot of water on that. This is just for background. I know it's going to look like a hot mess, but don't worry. Don't worry, we have faith in ourselves here. So I'm just gonna junk out really at the very edges. And there's still tape right there, which no. Yeah, I'm just squeezing this and getting that water going. Nothing special. If I had more of a wash brush, I would have preferred that, because you can see that this is not wanting to spread out very nicely, but that's okay. We're going to put a bunch of stuff on top of this. I just don't know what's going to be exposed or not, so I'd rather get some color on everything and go from there. Okay, I'm going to hit this with a heat tool because I don't have time to be waiting around. Kids are sleeping, and I have other videos that we need to get to for the weekend. So I'm going to hit this with a heat gun, and I'll be back. So while we're here, I'm just going to do a little stamping, and what's kind of a bummer is I was looking for my sepia ink pad, which they don't really sell anymore. You can find it here and there, but not everywhere. What am I doing? There's a lot of stuff around me, guys. I'm just like, this is what I want to use right now. These are the things that I just have sitting here. Okay, I just need a block. So I'm going to use some of these guys just for funsies right now. Like this thing just has a bunch of numbers. There's the background stamps too. So I'm going to try out some of these. I don't know what we're doing. So I do know I want to cut some pieces from their catalog. I have some pieces from the Arteza review that I did recently. So I have pieces, this is Distress Ink and Walnut Stain, so it's a very dark color. You don't have to go this dark. And I'm just inking it up kind of just like whatever, because it's not the biggest deal. And you know what? I'm going to remove this because we're going to start doing some stuff. And I'd rather have it on paper. Stamp it wherever. So just so you have something in the background, like I said, that's kind of dark, right? Walnut stain. You could always stamp it off first, like I kind of did with the other one. And the Arteza review on the acrylic paint, we did a lot of pulls, right, from our jelly plate. So I'm going to use some of those pieces. Just whatever you got. This one's really cute. And then we have the script. Gosh, I don't want to do everything right now because I know I'm going to do some later. So I'll just... I know Dan Reevely always gives the tip of just going really light with your backgrounds. She's like, because if it's so dark, then that becomes the foreground because it's so dark that people are looking at that, right? Even though it's in the back, so you always want to kind of be careful with that. So again, stamping off first and then going with it. I'm just looking for texture here. I'm not really looking for perfection or anything. Just adding a little something here and there. Oh, there's some kind of little thread there from my walnut stain. That's perfectly fine. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to go with this one yet. So what I'm going to do is start getting some of those papers down. And I was thinking about how I want to do this because I don't want you guys to feel like you have to have a bunch of stuff for this. Use your inks, use whatever paper. You can use this regular paper. It doesn't have to be manila. I just thought it was fun to start off with the manila. But, you know, you can use whatever you like. And I was going to use my gel matte medium. But I know not everybody has that. So maybe... just a lot of sticking stuff down. Maybe we'll just do it with regular glue, and that way you guys can not feel like you have to have some kind of gel medium for this. But gel medium works really well. So let me grab some of these papers. I do not know. Right, we have all these different things. And that's kind of why you stick them down. Okay, well, I'll say maybe Mod Podge because it's less expensive, but I don't know. I'm just going to tear this paper. So I'm just going to go and tear some of these papers down, just tearing them. So we're going to have a bunch of little pieces that we're going to stick down, and I'll be back. Okay, so just tearing into this, tearing into this other one. Not getting too technical. We're going to use Mod Podge with a sponge, just because, like I said, Mod Podge is cheaper. It's not the same as gel medium, and this is a matte one, and they do sell the matte at the Dollar Tree also. So I just want to use this because it's just easier to put down the glue and get this going. I'm going to put it behind as much as I can. I don't really want to put it on top of my papers, but you know, that's however you want to do it. I'm just going to put a piece down there, maybe put a piece here. So obviously you want to know where your paper is, but at the same time I'm just going to put this down like that. And a nice little tip is to use a brayer just to flatten it out, but you don't have to do that. You can just use your hands. And not everything has to be stuck down just because, you know, we're used to like, oh, it has to be... No, and this kind of thing especially, you just kind of want it hanging out there. And then I have these two pieces. I was thinking about maybe putting this one here. That one there. This one's a little bit long, obviously. Oh. So I do reuse these sponges. They're kind of cheap. They're made to be just like tossed out, but you know me. So I just, as soon as I'm done here, I just go and get some water on them. As you can see, we did do some work in the background. We are covering it up. Have you ever watched collage artists? I love watching collage stuff. Like, that's one thing, just because I know I'm not really going to do it, and I like to just sit and watch. I know I'm not going to do it. That doesn't sound right, but I'm just not that artistic. But they put all this stuff, and then, or like in the background, it's all these papers with letters and words and really pretty, and then they just cover it, like completely cover it. And you're like, what is going on? But I guess as long as you know it's there, or maybe some of it peeks out, and so the point is that it's, you know, you did the work and it looks lovely. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm going to stick this down. I'm going to hit this with my glue gun. I always say that. My heat gun. And see that brayer, and you can just flatten it out with your hand, but it's easier to do it with the brayer. Brayers are very useful. I'm going to hit this with the heat tool, and I'll be right back. I think the words, we use every stamp on this one. And I'm going to go with the walnut stain again, even though it's very dark. And I'm going to ink it up because it's like little letters. And I want them to be kind of like on here. So I do want them to be dark enough to see. You see that? Just a little something. So cute. I'm going to do it again. This is really fun. And I was going to say, it's very freeing. So that's the whole point of Freeform Friday, isn't it? Just putting some stuff down. It's not even... Hopefully you can kind of see the little lettering. It's very delicate, really pretty. Okay, so I'm going to do that there. I do want to, of course, like throw on some sprinkles of like paint. You know what I'm saying? When you just kind of... So we'll do that in just a second here. I do have some more colors, some more stuff. Like this one is Stamps 1. Background Stamps 1. And again, I'll just keep going with my walnut. Oopsie. Oh, I like that. I love anything chicken wire, those kind of stamps. It's really nice. Maybe there. You want some over here somewhere? Okay. Ah, good. Okay. Let me think of the next step. I think what I want to do is now bring in a little bit more papers, which I know is weird, but I'm going to get them from the catalog. And I had mentioned that every time I've ordered from them, they sent me a catalog, and then somebody said that they've ordered, and I've ordered from them several times, so I have several catalogs. So I don't know if it's, maybe it's the amount you spend, because, you know, I have no idea, to be honest. I just place my orders, and they send me a catalog almost every time. Or I guess every time, now that I think about it. But what I'm going to do is cut up one of their catalogs. So I have, where did I put it? This one here, and I'm flipping through it, and there's lots of little images we can cut from here, and of course I always go right to the page I want to use. I'll show you in just a second. But like, you can cut up a lot of these different things. Look at this one. If you just cut out her little face and stuck it on here, like, you know what I'm saying? You can do lots, and especially if you have the gel medium, put the matte gel medium over that. It'll take the shine off of it if you don't like that. We've talked about that before. Shine, no shine, you know. Oh, they have the cute, oh my gosh, I never even saw this lineup. How cute. Okay, so anyway, you get carried away looking at the cute products. So what I'm going to do is, I'll just rip this out. Oopsie. Oh, and check this out. These stencils, I love these. I have this one, and I think I ordered that one. This one's out of stock right now. I know that because I saw that. But I'm just going to come in here and just cut these up, okay? Just cut up these little squares, and I will be right back. I'm not 100% what I want to do with these yet either, but I have all these little ones. And you know what would be cute too is if you just tore them out too, get a little kind of rough edge. And again, even the back of this one, it looked really cute. Where is it? It was just the little color swatches, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cute. Anyway, so this is going to be the back of our little folder. It's going to be like this with the ribbons and stuff. So on the back, I'll just put a couple things and think we're going to be done with that. And then we're going to start decorating just the front, basically. So let me get these squares out. And I just want to kind of eyeball these. I don't know. We're going to top it with some kind of, I'm still debating if I want to do like a little girl, color her in or something like that. We can put that there. Or maybe just a couple of these. And then if I put one of the girls, we'll have to see where that goes. Yeah. And that'll be the finished of that back one. You can definitely take this and ink it up if you would like. I don't know how well it's going to stay. Again, it's that kind of slick material, but I'll go ahead and get some of that walnut stain on here. Again, you do not have to do this at all. I don't know that it will even cling. And I'm going to stick these down again with that. I'm going to let that dry a little bit. I'm just going to put this stuff down Mod Podge style and stick that down. Okay, and I'm gonna let this dry pretty well. I'll be back. Too much, you know, like I said, I wanted to splatter some black ink, so let me get my little watercolors. Oopsie. And again, I never, look, this thing was supposed to have clearance. I think it was like in one of the $2 grab bags. It's a Rigger from Winsor Newton. Oh, that's fancy. But all I'm gonna do is wet it. And as you can see, it's a really just fine little brush, but any brush would work. I don't normally do this with water brushes. You guys can let me know if that works. I'm going to dip into the black. Just really, really have it pretty wet. Like, go right from the water right into my black. And then I'm just going to splatter it. And I'm just hitting it against my hand, so you see. So super wet again. And just let it get all over your workplace and all over your Gemini Junior up here and everywhere else. That is so cute. I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay. So just that little bit of something, you know? Everything just works. Okay, so I'm gonna clean this off. Hit it with the heat tool. You like sparkle? You know, do it with some sparkle ink or sparkle pen ink or whatever you like. I'm gonna keep it kind of rough because that's kind of what this is giving me. The vibe is giving me kind of earthy, kind of rough. So I'll leave it at that. In the meantime, well, yeah, that's it. So I'll be right back. I'm thinking about using my Earthy Girls, but you know I haven't used this one yet, so might as well use this. I think you guys have seen me use Earthy Girl plenty of times. And again, they still have like a little flower in their hair or whatever it is. So this is Floral Girls. So I still haven't really decided what I'm gonna do with this. Oh, I do have some watercolor paper left over from the other day, sitting right in front of me, so that's what I'll use. This piece is cut from the Arteza watercolor paper. Oh, that canvas that I reviewed, the canvas pads, they're on sale right now. 2 of them for like $2 more than one would be. I'll have a link for that too. Again, I always have the, not always, but discount code there for you guys. And again, those are affiliate links, so thank you guys. Yeah, I ordered it for myself. I was like, I really like that canvas pad, the canvas paper. I'll show you real quick, just so you... It was that paper. It's basically canvas. It looks like this. So this is that print I made with the jelly print that I kept using, and I am definitely going to put something really cool on this. I'm not sure quite yet what it's going to be. Maybe a picture and then junk it out, but we'll do that together. But I love this paper. Oh my goodness. So I went ahead and ordered myself this set of 2. All right. Alcohol. Nope. I need my waterproof ink. Oh, I guess that's VersaFine, isn't it? Oh, and here's the VersaFine I was just gifted. Thank you. Trying to open this up. Miss Karen sent this to me. Let's see here. And I'm going to use black, but again, you can use whatever color. I know they have different colors, obviously, whatever waterproof ink. Look how pretty that is. And already that looks better than my other pad. I don't know what my other pad was doing. All right, I'm going to use the back side of the cold press paper. So this side, you can see it has a lot of ridges, which is really nice. Actually, let's go for it. Let's do the ridges, just because it's a little different. I'm going to put it right here so I can be real cheap with this, because I'm going to cut her out. So that way I can use this for something else. And usually thin line images stamp pretty well, but again, this has a lot of ridges in it, so those ridges make it so that you don't get the crispest stamp like in her eyes, but other than that, it's pretty cool. I'm gonna let that dry real well before we hit it with water. It's like overflowing. I'm spilling it everywhere. Yeah, I have the AC on and I still feel hot. No, okay. I was like, where are my watercolors? I put them back in the package. So I did it like this because I saw Elle's video with her, just, I guess, talking about her watercolors, and she just tucked the lid, or you know, this part in the flap, and then she just keeps putting it in there because it's pretty, right? I don't want to get rid of this either. Like, I like seeing it. It has your swatches there, so I did the same thing. I'm like, that's a good idea. So that's what I did with those. Okay. And I always wonder, I'm like, how come people never just clean off their little watercolor, you know, this thing? Because it's always, whenever someone opens it and they're artsy and it's like this, it's because you just finish your project and you put it away. That's why. You can still dip in there, obviously. You go in the blues. This was more like blue purple. You know, use whatever, but I just think it's funny because I'm like, oh, I'm doing the same thing. I'm so artsy now, you guys. This is ridiculous. Okay, where are we at? I want to be able to show you what I'm doing and see the little girl there, and I'll move my coffee, I suppose. And this. And this glue. Look at this. There's always danger. Usually I cover that with plastic so it won't dry out, but that's okay. All right, I have no idea, as I always say, what I'm doing. So we will just start. Do I want her hair to be, what color is this? It's kind of like a reddish. I'm going to dip into this little red color and go into that brown that we just used. And it looks crazy, and that's fine. And I always start in the center, you know, at the top. I put too much water. Hold on. Wipe that off and get some more of that color without the water. And I always like to start where it's going to be the shadow in the dark area, right? And then bring it down. So that way I don't have to actually do any kind of, not too much, what's the word? Shading. If you have to do shading at all, you know, like that one's still. And then people always say, let it dry and then come back, you know, because what happens is as you let it dry, you can do more layers, right? Layer up your colors. I'm just going to squeeze this a little bit, get a little more water going. And pull this color down. And bring it down through her little hair. And go back and get some more saturated color and bring it in here. And I can see that's still a little too much, so I'm going to squeeze that, get some water going, not too much water, because once I hit it here it'll just start spreading everywhere. And pull that color down. So if you see what I'm doing, what I mean, I just like to get some of that gone because that's too much color in there. Okay. Again, I'm just using just color back in the areas where I think it should be darker, but this is still wet, so I'll come back to that in just a minute. Skin tone. This paper is kind of off-white. It's kind of interesting paper. I mean, if you don't want to do anything with skin tone, I would say just leave it alone. I have no idea what color is this. Let's see. There's like a peachy color here. That one's good. It's kind of mixing with the brown that's on my brush already, so maybe we'll go with that. And you guys see how messy, how easy I do this. And then I was like, I guess that's my style then, because people, oh, you know, people have a certain style. Okay, my style is just quick and put some color down. Don't be afraid. I'm always afraid. And to be honest, I haven't done my Lavinia stamps yet because I'm afraid. And so that is one thing I'm always telling you guys, just try it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm being a fraud. So I will do that myself. I'm just going to try it. And I'm getting a little bit darker color in here. Just coming back in again with like more of the color. Not as, a little more opaque, you know what I'm saying? Not as much water in there. Just to kind of give it a little more color. That's an interesting color because, again, I did have brown on my brush, so I can't get mixed with that, because if you look at the color by itself, it's very peachy, but it looks kind of tan down here, so I like that. If you don't like a color, you know, do your little color mixing. I'm not the best at color theory, so, you know, but just do whatever you like. Maybe she's the most fantastic pink cheeks in the world. This is very pink. I'm just trying to get a little bit. And just leave it like that. Okay, how about her lips? What is this, kind of red? I don't really like that red. Let's go back to that pink. Ooh, Lord. That is some bright color for an earthy girl. I'm going to tone that down in just a minute. I'm going to leave it alone, but just going to wiggle some of that color back off, because that was quite a lot of color. All right, little red heart here. That's a very cherry red. Maybe add a little darkness with this kind of color next to there. And oh man, I'm trying to think of what's on my paper as far as the color that I should make her little shirt. I was thinking blue. I don't know why blue's really calling to me. It's really going to stand out with the rest of the stuff that's behind her there. And I'll leave her little color white. And I can just go off to nothing. What else do we need to color? Eyes. Let's think. What color is this? Oh, that's pink. That's a kind of a purple color. Let's go in with like the dark brown. And I'm just going to go in here. So not exciting, but again, I want to keep it kind of basic. Get a little more water going on my brush. Okay. And her little flower. Oh, so this is like cotton. So that's very interesting because I'm gonna go in with a dark brown, and hopefully it won't just blend in with her hair, but this should be kind of like a dark brown. You can even go with black. And then again, it's cotton, so I'm probably gonna leave it just that white color. Now this, I'm coloring it like it's a dried up cotton, but I guess if you really wanted to, you could do green. My dad always worked in cotton fields in California growing up, so I'm very familiar with what cotton actually looks like. He did irrigation and stuff like that. And then she has like a little bow. I don't know if it needs anything, but let's see. What's this color? That's like a weird color. It's kind of, oh, that one's actually kind of nice. It's the kind of gray black, so I'm gonna put some of that in there. I tried to see if it was blue, like a dark blue, but it's like a gray black color. That's perfect. Oh my gosh, couldn't get any better. All right, Again, you can mess with this if you want to go in there like with that same color, like I just used that darker color, kind of come in here and add a little something, a little gray, just to make it look like you didn't forget it, you just left it that way on purpose. And again, I'm looking for a dark blue. What is this? I should probably look at the swatch sheet, huh? Okay, this one. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna let her dry real well because we're gonna cut her out, so I'm not gonna do anything. Again, you can cut her out with a die cut. I'm just gonna fussy cut around her, so I'm just gonna leave her alone just the way she is, let her dry up, and we will bring all this together, bring that back, do some die cutting, a little extra die cutting, and we'll be done. Okay, looks like she's pretty good. Before I move on, you can always bring in like this, like the Pitt artist pen or like a fine liner or whatever black kind of archival quality pen that you have, and just, you know, add in, color that in a little bit better if you would like, which I am going to do because I do want that a little bit darker. And then again, if you want to layer up more color, once it's dry, add more colors. It's just, that's the whole thing with watercoloring. It's a lot of layering if you want to get like that look, you know, really nice look. So I'm going to trim this out. A lot of times with fussy cutting, the best thing to do is cut away the biggest piece so you don't have to deal with that anymore. And I'm just going to go around her, I don't know how close, pretty close I guess. I don't want too much border on her. And again, with fussy cutting, I like to turn the paper, apply pressure with the scissors, but really it's the paper being turned in my non-dominant hand that's getting it going instead of going, because a lot of times that's what we do, and then it looks really rough. Okay, I will be back. See how we get out of that tricky spot? Just work. Okay, we got our baby girl here. It's so cute. Okay, so if this thing was folded in half, I know it looks worse for the wear here. She's gonna be on here somewhere. This is so cute. And then, you know, I was dying to use this guy from this same set. These guys right here, they're so pretty. Oh, and he has a tag that says beautiful. I'm gonna use that. I didn't realize that was on there because I was like, what else can I put on here? Cute. Okay, so I'm gonna cut out just all of these because I don't know what I want to do. So I'm gonna cut out this guy. Ooh. I love their paper, like the way they package the design. I guess I could have moved this out of the way. The little paper and all that. And this guy for sure. I'll just cut them all out because, like I said, I don't know what I want to do. And then the beautiful I'm going to cut out in like a dark brown or something because everything else is kind of black and it's all of a sudden, oh, there's a lot of black on here. So I'll cut this out of like a dark brown color paper and I will be right back. Okay, I was moving stuff around. I will bring back those little squares. I haven't forgotten about them. As I cut everything out. And I did a craft cardstock on that, but we will junk it out a little bit in just a minute. Oh my gosh. Look how beautiful and delicate. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize these are so delicate. Okay, so I'm gonna sit here for a minute and take all these little pieces out, but wow. Okay, so I will be right back. Oh my goodness, okay. I just finished that. What I think I'm gonna do is go ahead. I was like, oh, there's not much paper on this side. It's because it blends in so well. Like I totally forgot I had put paper here. I think I'm going to go ahead and stick this together. Again, wet glues are much better. I'm just gonna stick this down right now with a regular glue just so that tape runner so I can move on. Also, what's nice about this tape runner is as I go through here, I can go right over it because it's that dotted tape. And those little, the dots will go right through here, and obviously they're not here. Again, if you're doing wet glue, I would just go in each little area here very carefully. I'm going to give it some presses, try to get rid of this glue that's going to invariably stick down other things. But I'm going to press this really, really well with like something on top of it so my hands aren't just rubbing all the stuff. Something like this. Oh, and what I was trying to figure out as far as this thing, because I said I wanted to make it like so you can make it into a card, you know, you can send it to somebody and you have something really cute there, something unexpected. It definitely fits in your number 10, your standard card for like a slimline card, obviously a business envelope, right? So it is going to be a little bit small for it, but you can definitely put it in there if you want to just send it off in a business envelope. you're good to go. So it's not oversized or anything weird like that. It's just what it is. And it's very flat. That's why I was trying to keep it flat. So if I was gonna put this in a journal, I wouldn't care so much. And this will go right into your journal, right? If you wanted that with a pocket on the top, you have it ready to go. You can put this right into your journal. I'll show you the journal in just a minute. But we did something a little bit different, and on the very top I'm gonna put like a little insert so you can write your message to your friend and they're gonna be like, oh! And if you think about it, this is kind of why I did a face, but you don't have to use something like this. You can actually put a picture or whatever, you know, something more personal like that. So we have all these pretty things. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't know what I want to do, but I do know I want that in some way. I think it's going to be like this. And then on the back, I mean, if you want to still decorate the back, we have more things to put there, but I think I'm going to save these for something else. So again, I guess that we're going to make a tag for the inside. So let me put that there. This here, we have our beautiful that needs to be distressed, of course. That same brown ink. Where did I put it? Here it is. It probably still has ink on it, so I'm just going to... Yep. See, this is what's funny about this. I need to wash this. Let me do that right now. I didn't clean it from the last time I used it, and I had used it with like a brown base ink that... a brown ink that had a lot of green in it, and the green is like, no, I did not like it, and I don't know why I keep forgetting to clean this. So what you're going to do is, with your magic mushrooms, just spray, spray, spray. So I'm kind of wrapping this up, but I do want to recall or let you guys know Arteza, the giveaway ends today. So if you haven't seen that video, not here. Please don't tell me enter me here, because I know whenever I mention it, people will start entering here. Not here. Go to the Arteza acrylic paint review video. Okay, now we're good. So this is good for next time. I just wanted to get that green out of there. Which got on here already, but that's okay. Alright, let me do an actual walnut stain. Yeah, it ends today, so if you want to enter to win a whole 14-piece set of that acrylic, go over there and enter there. So cute. I'm trying to see if I need that to go up there. Maybe down here might be better if she's there. Yeah, maybe down here is better, because that way that can be its own thing up there. Okay, so again, you can use that same glue and just and do that, which I think is what I'm going to do, because it is pretty matte. I know sometimes I joke about that Mod Podge is all the same stuff. They just kind of try to label it something else. But this isn't too bad, so I'm just going to kind of see where I'm at. And just do a little this, a little of that. Stick that down. And down here is behind her, so I'm just going to put a lot of glue because it doesn't really matter. And I like to leave them kind of hanging out. See, they're not completely flat. They're just kind of sticking up, and I think that's fun. So I always like to leave a little something, a little movement if I can. Okay, so I'm going to let this kind of do its thing. And then this girl, I'm going to give her a little bit of dimension, not too much. I'm going to tell you right now, I sent out some cards and they had some dimension, and some of them were okay, but some of them were like, nope, you got to pay a little extra for that. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I forgot about these pieces. Okay, maybe we do something like that. Okay. I did want to use these just to add a little something else. Again, the why not. The why not always gets me. Alright, where's my brayer? I know this is such a mess, you guys. This is what happens. This is what happens with Freeform Friday, Saturday morning. Alright, maybe I'll just use that one piece. I don't mind putting more though, so let's see if we had her here. See, that's the whole thing. Most people get real crazy with it. So this is kind of my intro into, or for me, doing things that are a little more artsy, a little more outside my comfort zone. So I'm going to keep braying this till it stays down, because I do want this one to kind of flatten out a little bit. And I'll be back. Okay. So I'm talking about, oh, I don't know where my 3D glue gel is. Again, the colors on her shirt are very bright. If you want to go around even her and give her some distressing, I suppose that would be nice too. But it might be the walnut stain that has that green base. There's something that I use kind of often that has a green base to it, and it gives that green hue. Can you see that? It's kind of more green. Okay. So again, I want to give her just a little bit of lift, not too much. I don't want to get too crazy. Where is this beautiful gonna go? Nope, I already messed that one up. Maybe I'll put it over here. Nope. Over here. No. Here. Nope. Okay. It's gonna have to be over here somewhere. That's fine. I just didn't want it to be like center. I don't really like when things are just, you know, right in the center or something like that. Okay. Again, I told you. It's gonna stick down. Okay, and this guy, I'm just going to leave it flat. Also, I'm gonna get some of this Mod Podge on here, just so I can quickly add the glue on the back of this thing. And stick it down. Maybe even going off the edge, why not? Okay. Again, I'm just gonna have my brayer help me out with this one. And I'm gonna let this dry a little bit, and I will be right back. So while I was gonna clean up, but I thought, no, it's not quite time to clean up yet. Okay, so while that's drying, I'll put it to the side for now. That is a really cute journal page too, but again, I want to use it for a different purpose. We have some extra things here that we can still use. I have that. So I used another part of the folder. I just cut it to 3 inches by 6 inches, which should theoretically go in here pretty easily, the 3 inch. And then the 6 inches is a little bit longer, obviously. Yeah. So I think this is like 6, like I said, it's just over almost 7 inches. So this 3 by 6, just a piece of the manila. I left that bottom part kind of fun there, where it has those little lines, you know how the manila folders or whatever you want to call them have. Again, we could ink this or paint it again. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go in with some frayed burlap and pray that it's not super green like walnut stain. It's so funny. I never really noticed that about walnut stain. I used to use it all the time. Like walnut stain was my go-to, you know? So I'm like, why is it doing this? I don't know. Oh, maybe it's too old and maybe it's like separating or something weird. I'm just getting some color on here. I'm not super worried about it. And this is basically going to be another tag, like where you can put a picture, you can write your sentiment. Let's say this is sort of somebody's birthday, or you sent them a picture of whoever. I'm just kind of getting that on there. And I still want to do the black splatters, because I think black splatters are fun. So I'm going to bring back my watercolor. I do not know how long this video is. I feel like it came together pretty quick, but at the same time, not really. So, who knows? Okay, so I'm going to dip in some water, get some of that black, and just... Oh yeah, I'm telling you, it gets everywhere. Okay. So I'm gonna hit that with a heat tool and we'll finish it up as a tag and I'll be right back. And again, I still have some of these. I don't know that any of this needs to go on here, but something like that we could do. So what happens here is that you don't want to put too much that ends up getting stuck when you go to use your... to actually bring it up and out of the pocket. So again, I'm going to get a little bit of this stuff and I'm going to brayer the heck out of it to really flatten it out. So down here, oh, I hadn't dried my stuff well enough there. On the back of this, I'm going to sponge, and stick that down. Brayer until it's really flat. And I'm gonna do the same thing for this guy. Just glue on the back and then brayer over it, okay? And I'll be back. Okay, I probably should have found the thing I want to use before I get back on here with you guys. There it is. Okay, I have it. So I have some of this little organza ribbon just kind of left over from some project. A lot of times if I have a demo and I don't know what to do with it and I end up tossing it, I keep the other pieces of it. So I'm gonna do that. And then I like to take a little fire to finish off the edge so it doesn't fray later. You can do that with any ribbon, really. And I have my little Tim Holtz stapler that I haven't used in a long time, but I put it in front of me so I use it more often. So you can see it's super dusty even. Hopefully it has things in there. And this is red ribbon, so obviously she had her little, she has a little red heart on. I thought, well, this might still work. So I'm just gonna put that on here and give it a little staple. Let's put it down here. And sometimes I put two, one opposite another one, just to look a little more artsy and hold it down better. Super cute. All right, let's bring this back again. Well, I didn't say it before, so I don't know why I'm saying it again, but I would keep this somewhere flat just to flatten it out better, obviously. Oh, you know, it'd be cute too if this was like a birthday card, let's say, or something you were sending to somebody. Go ahead and put like the date up here, the little birth date or something. I don't know. I don't know if this is dry enough to put in here yet. We will see. It might just rub everything off. Yeah, because this is still pretty wet, and so is the folder. But anyway, you shove it all the way down in there, and then you have your little tag so someone knows to obviously pull that up, right? So hopefully you guys like this. I think it was really fun. I mean, look at that. There's a lot going on here. Really cute. Let me clean up. Let me get the actual journal so you can kind of see what that looks like in there, and I will be right back. Okay, so there is so much you can do with this. I mean, obviously the sky's the limit, and that's the whole free form of it. We did quite a few things. You can do some of those things, you can do none of those things. You can use whatever it is. So I'm opening my little Sidekick. Again, somebody had mentioned that, like, oh, they don't journal, but, you know, this, I would not use this as a date journal. The only thing I have as a date journal is that one that I showed you guys that I kind of started here, and then every month I'll decorate it and show you what the month is going to look like. But that's just for bills, to be honest. And you know what I should probably use it for is my YouTube videos to... Because a lot of times I have it in my head. I'm like, okay, on this day I'm going to do this. Oh, this just arrived. Okay, I'm going to do that, you know. Or someone asked me about a question about, you know, XYZ. Okay, I'm going to use that today. So I don't plan that way. And I never have. I like what Dan Reevely does where she goes back in the week, right? So she goes, at the end of the week, goes back and fills in what did happen instead of like, oh, this is what's going to happen or what I need to happen, you know. So I think that's really smart. Super cute. Really pretty. I believe it's faux leather. It smells leathery, but I don't know. I guess I could read the thing there. But so this is their journal. It's like a little pocket, you know, a little pocket here, a place for a really big pen. It's like canvas wrapped, or it's like, yeah, like covered in something. And then, you know, your little pocket can go in there, and then you're building up, right, as you go along, or however you want to do it. So obviously this is very cute, and that works out really well. But my idea was just to use it as a card and then send it off to whoever, you know, you think needs a artsy thing like this. And the last thing, so obviously we have these, and it looks cute because it looks like a file folder, and you can send that off, or you can put, you know, the same kind of ribbon maybe in here. I'd like something like this. If you're going to send it and you don't want to pay the extra postage, I would definitely do something that's going to be flat. I have twine here. I was thinking maybe twine would be cute, but I don't know. Is twine kind of too basic? Is twine too basic? Let's see. Let me think about how I would want to do this if I did twine. I think it'd be kind of cute. Just a bunch of little knots of twine. Because by the time you add them up, it looks cute, I think. Okay, that's what I'll do. I'm just going to put a little twine here, a little twine the next one, the next one. It's not holding it together, but I was thinking you don't have to put glue on this edge if you don't want to. It'll actually make it easier for your tags to go in and out if you don't put the glue. Just put the glue at the bottom edge and then hold this with your twine or your ribbon or your bow, whatever. Bow, ribbon, I don't know why I said those things differently. But whatever it is that you want to use there. So I'm going to add little twines on here. I'll have some pictures for you guys. I'll have the links in the description box. Do not forget to, if you go over to the site to use the discount code, it will be in the description box. And I had a lot of fun. It was a great morning. I felt kind of bummed yesterday because I didn't get to really be artsy. I just gave you guys other information on hauls and things, which was great, but I wanted to get my hands dirty. So this definitely satisfied that craving. Oh, before I go, I was going to mention, I always forget, is that on my links for Elizabeth Craft Design, for some reason, I can't get the links to the individual products. So I will have them listed, the names, but I'll have the link just to the site and then along with the description, the discount code. And thanks for watching, guys. I will see you at the next one. Bye now.